Ebony Roper. I'm the lead chemistry professor at Cecil College. I teach general chemistry primarily, but we also offer organic chemistry, but it's our general chemistry class that uses the ACS lab safety. So about a few years ago, I started to notice that we were getting more students in the lab who had not had any laboratory experience. And so they were asking questions, and it made them feel anxious about being in the chemistry laboratory. And when you're anxious in the laboratory, that's when mistakes happen. So I was looking for some sort of way for students to get kind of introduced into the laboratory and the lab safety before they actually step foot in the lab. And that's when this program came along, and it just seemed to fit the needs for the students that we have. So far, I think it's been pretty good. I use it integrated into my LMS, which is very easy. The students can go in and take the class. I have them do it before the lab starts. It's like an orientation. And it seemed to work really well. They come in seemingly more calmer than what students in the past have come in as. I think I use this as a preventative measure. So we had not had any real challenges or issues or concerns, but I saw problems creeping up, and I wanted to stop them before we had anything serious happen. So as a preventative measure, yes, it absolutely has helped in that aspect, but fortunately we have not had any accidents. I think so. I think students are more aware. I think they have a reasonable amount of caution, which is what you want. I think they're less nervous when they come to lab because they have a sense of what to expect. We use this to supplement our, in-house lab safety that we go over with the students. So I think it does help the students feel a little bit more at ease, as well as teach them about, laboratory safety. I love the integration into the LMS. That's the easiest thing. And that it's automatically graded. So as an orientation practice is not one extra thing I have to remember to do before classes start. I like that students can still ask questions, but that they can just log on and go through the process in their own time. I typically give them a week to do the activities so they can take their time and go through the process. I think they like the video aspect of it. A lot of our students are accustomed to watching YouTube and social media, so they like that it's kind of, they can chunk it into their understanding. It's something to watch, it's not something that they have to read. I would say do it. Do it for preventative measures. The way education is set up in the United States, at least in my county, not all students have to take, core science classes. So not all students get exposure. And if you're only like true exposure to chemistry is what you've seen on TV, sometimes it puts fear into people. And this is one way to teach them, no, you're going to do these things that are potentially dangerous, but not so much if you just handle everything in a safe way. So I say, go ahead and invest in it, see how your students use it, how they behave from it. I think people will see a difference between past students and current students. It gives them that sense of ease that they have a little bit of more knowledge before they start the course. I would actually like to have all of our lab team use it and learn some safety practices. Usually our lab staff or whoever, gets hired, and they typically require some training. And so there's some things that we've had to teach along the way. So if we could get them to participate and just take this little course, get their certificate, they'll learn some of the basic things that we have to teach, like labeling practices and things like that. So long term, I would like to expand it to some of our less experienced lab members. I think it was fine. It's been a while, so I don't fully remember what happened. We have a person, an administrator for our LMS, and I'm pretty sure I just said, "Here, I want to use this. Do what you do." And then I was able to go in and add the modules as I needed to. So it was pretty seamless process. I've played around with how to administer it. I offered it. We did it in class, like on the very first day of class, so that I can ensure all students were doing it. We have computers in the lab, laptops that students can do. We would get them earphones and things. But I found that it took a lot of time away from what we could be doing. So I moved it to a pre-lab orientation, and I made it such that you can't do anything else until you get this done. And you have to score a certain percentage overall. And students do it. They know, and if they come to class and they don't have it done, it's like, well, you kind of have to go get this piece done. I think it helps because it forces them to learn lab safety, lab culture, how to behave, to be less anxious. I think for us in our institution, we don't have a lot of students, but I think it's really helpful for them at this stage.